Namaskar, I am Prakash, Astrologer, presenting you monthly forecast, month of August 2020. All the predictions are based on your moon sign, but you can consider all these predictions according to your Lagna sign as well. So all these predictions are according to Vedic Indian astrology. Sun sign prediction have no relevance with this particular forecast whatsoever. You have to know about your moon sign or you have to know about your ascendant. Then you particularly follow this prediction according to that for all of you. Monthly forecast, month of August 2020 for all of you. Going to talk about Leo. Transit of Venus for Leo in the 11th house, 1st August till 1st September. When the Venus is transit in 11th house, Leo, you come across these kind of scenario situations. Transit of Venus in 11th house. When the Venus transit in 11th house from your moon sign, during this phase of time, when the Venus transit in 11th house from your moon sign, this mostly signify financial security, relief from bad debts. You may be expecting a solution to your other economic problems, financial problems. When the Venus transit in 11th house from your moon sign, this particular period brings success in your undertaking. Your popularity will be rising, your reputation will be enhanced, and see an upward move under this period. When the Venus transit in 11th house from your moon sign, you're likely to concentrate on acquisition of material comfort, means of pleasure, lifestyle, good food, may I say expensive items, jewelry, other exotic accessories will be there. You may also consider buying a property, car, comfort of the life. Socially, a very bright period could be predicted. You could expect a rise in status, prestige and honor and cooperation with between you and the friends. You may expect a good timing with your new member of the family, companions. If you're a married person, you'll enjoy personal bliss thoroughly. Transit of Mercury in 12th house, 2nd August till 17th August. Mercury, when you're transiting in 12th house, when the Mercury transit in 12th house for Leo, you come across Leo, these kind of scenario situations. Transit of Mercury in 12th house from your moon sign. Transit of Mercury in 12th house from your moon sign. When the Mercury transit in 12th house from your moon sign, this donate expenses for you. And expenses can be higher and higher than your imagination. You have to spend more than expected in order to live comfortably. When the Mercury transit in 12th house, stay away from any litigation. When the Mercury transit in 12th house from your moon sign, this may also cause some loss of money due to litigation, due to legal conflicts. When the Mercury transit 12th house from your moon sign, you have to take extra care in accomplishing your task undertaken by you. You have to be very, very focused and determined what you want to achieve. When the Mercury transit in 12th house, beware of enemies and stay out their way in order to avoid any humiliation. Hold on to your respect and honor and try to keep your honor in society. When the Mercury transit in 12th house, you could be mentally very disturbed due to several reasons. You're susceptible to be worrying a lot of things and restless during this phase of time. When the Mercury transit in 12th house, you're also likely to be distressed and feel discontented during this phase of time. You're also likely to lose interest in day-to-day life. A feeling of sickness and suffering may trouble you during this phase of time and point of time. When the Mercury transit in 12th house from your moon sign, be extra careful. When the Mercury transiting in the 12th house, it can create a vacuum in your life between you and the people around you. So be careful. Transit of Mars for Leo in 9th house, 16th August till 4th October. When the Mars is transiting in 9th house, you come across these kind of scenario situations. Transit of Mars in 9th house from your moon sign. When the Mars is transiting 9th house from your moon sign, this signifies suffering mostly due to health problems. This period makes you suffer from minor to major health issues. During this phase of time, you're susceptible to dehydration, weaknesses, or decay to physical power. You may have to suffer from a lot of muscle pain, wounds caused by some weaponry. Mentally, you feel worried, disappointed most of this particular time. Some of you also have to go through foreign land to experience a temporary painful living. When the Mars is transiting 9th house, finances would need better care and guarding. You also likely to lose some this particular time. Your professional life would require proper handling and more hard work. Some of you have to work in uncomfortable work environment for a while. Work hard to maintain your position in a respected workplace in your field of profession. Maintain peace and harmony at home. Keep a close eye on for your disguised foe within your nearest to dearest one. Some of you may develop an urge to perform some activity that may not be acceptable in your religious confine. Transit of Sun in first house, 16th August till 16th September. When the Sun is transiting in first house, you come across these kind of scenario situations. Transit of Sun in first house from your moon sign. When the Sun is transiting in first house from your moon sign, it has a noticeable influences on your work as well as personal life. When the Sun transit in your moon sign, in your first house means moon sign, there could be a permanent or temporary change. And sometimes you come across a lot of challenges at your workplace, a ruffled time with your superior or at workplace or your employer if you're working for a company. When the Sun is transiting in first house means when Sun is transiting your moon sign, you need to be extra careful to avoid getting a bad reputation at workplace. You feel more irritable and tired and prone to have a lot of disagreement, argument with people around you. To complete the task on hand, to meet your set of objectives may take more effort than usual when the Sun is transiting in your first house. But don't be hasty. Be very thorough. There's a heightened chance for going on long trips, which will not bring any desired result according to expectation, and may turn out not to have been necessary in the first place. And sometimes you're going for a long trips when the Sun is transiting in your own moon sign. Sometimes the expected result is not there. Expectations are very high, but the expected result will not be there. During this particular time, you could feel more tired than usual. Your health needs more extra attention. You're susceptible to stomach problems, disturbed bowel movement, discomfort in the eyes and heart-related issues. Avoid activities that are physically risky. When the Sun is transiting in first house, there's a tendency towards accident on the home front. You need to be put extra attention to avoid dispute among family members, between you and the life partner, making sure you get the extra rest to minimize the irritability and mental tension between you and the family member. Disagreement may crop up between you and the family members, and that affect your married life. Overall harmony and peace of mind at home, peace and harmony at home could also be challenged during this phase of time when the Sun is transiting in your moon sign, in your first house. Transit of Mercury in first house, 17th August till 2nd September. When the Mercury is transiting in first house, Leo, you come across these kind of scenario situations. When the Mercury is transiting in first house from your moon sign, the Mercury is transiting in first house. During this particular phase of period, you'll move with the Mercury is transiting in first house. This may bring you some negative results. When the Mercury is transiting in first house, this is supposed to bring in some situation where you have to serve someone unwillingly, against your will. When the Mercury is transiting in your first house from your moon sign, in your moon lagna, then this particular time period, you have to serve someone unwillingly. When the Mercury is transiting in your first house, you're also susceptible to face oppression of some kind. When the Mercury is transiting in first house, take care of yourself. And may I say that sometimes people can be unsympathetic toward you. Sometimes people will not be very coordinated with you. Sometimes people can take advantage of your situation. Sometimes people can harm you or backstab you or take advantage of your situation. When the Mercury is transiting in your first house from your moon sign, when transiting in your moon sign, keeping a low profile, doing your task best to your ability should be the focus at that particular time. When the Mercury is transiting in first house, when the Mercury is transiting in first house, you may also have to watch out for any unnecessary expenditure. This will also causing you unnecessary financial burden on you. Be cautious with your spending and pay attention to the safety of your finances. When the Mercury is transiting your first house, you also likely to be friends with some bad people or bad personality who may harm you. Watch your word of speech when you're dealing with nearest and dearest one. When the Mercury is transiting your first house, your insensitivity may create a lot of unnecessary enemies within your own circle. Avoid any kind of lawsuit or bad company, and be careful not to do anything that make you lose your self-worth. When the Mercury is transiting you in your first house from your moon sign, means when the Mercury is transiting in your moon sign, you'd also need some sort of a good fortune, so save it. Take advantage of your education, knowledge, ability, skill set to avoid any glitches in your life. Be flexible with this particular period. With the Mercury is transiting in your first house, you have to take care of your last minute changes in your plans to upgrade yourself. You have to make a lot of changes in your project, your ideas, due to pressure from a lot of different quarters, due to some anticipated fear. When the Mercury is transiting in your first house, you become more aware of the reality of the situation. And when the Mercury is transiting in your first house, you have to exercise your common sense and applied wisdom. Obstruction may crop up related to your residence, related to your traveling, related to your business, profession, career, job. You may also find obstacle in performing any auspicious work at this particular phase of scenario when the Mercury is transiting in your first house. Take care of your family relationship and take care of yourself. And you become susceptible to a lot of cheating, deception, fraud when Mercury is transiting in your first house. Avoid travel if possible. You may not get the desired result as expected. Transit of Mercury in the first house can be tricky. So stand by. Exercise your applied wisdom. Exercise your common sense. You'll be fine. Thanks for watching this monthly video. Would you like to know more about what this coming month is going to bring for you regarding your job, business, profession, career, financial backing? Would you like to know how you're going to do in this coming month regarding your romantic life, love life? Would you like to know more about the events happening in this coming month? Would you like to have some guidance regarding your decision-making strategies or choices-making strategies and how you can resolve your problems, complications, hassles, obstacles, waste of time, delays in this coming month? If your answer is yes, then what you're waiting for? Please get your very thorough Moon Sign Monthly Horoscope report on the video as well as written. And do visit my website, prakashastrologer.com. I want your best in this coming month. I want you to achieve the best in this coming month.